Hello students, this is your physics teacher and today we are going to start the chapter electromagnetic induction. So let's start. In electromagnetic induction, there is a famous law, Faraday law of EMI, and it consists of two laws, first law and second law. We will discuss it, but first of all we will discuss what is called electromagnetic induction. So matter is that I have a magnet over here. Now, through this magnet, lines of force are coming out. And if there is a coil placed beside this magnet, these lines of force may also pass through this coil. So, there is a term called magnetic flux. What is called magnetic flux? So, magnetic flux is the dot product of the magnetic field and the area vector. Remember, area is not a scalar quantity, it's a vector quantity. So the dot product, that means that flux is a scalar quantity and its unit is Weber, or you can also say Tesla meter square. Okay, coming to the topic. So whenever lines of force are actually passing through this coil, we say this thing that magnetic flux is linked with this coil. Lines of force, if there is more number of lines of force passing through this coil, we say the flux is more linked with this coil. If less number of lines of force passing through this coil, we say that less flux is linked with the coil. Okay, so whenever this magnet is brought closer to the coil, what happens? The lines of force earlier, let us suppose 100 lines of force were passing through this coil, but when it is brought very close to the coil, maximum number of lines of force that are coming out from this north pole, okay, they will pass through the coil because it will be very much close, so there will be no any other, actually less number of flux leakage. Okay, maximum number of lines of force will pass through this coil, so of course there is a change in the magnetic flux. If there is a change in magnetic flux, remember this thing, that if there is a change in magnetic flux, a current will be induced in the coil, and if the current will be induced in the coil and a galvanometer is connected in the circuit, see here, the pointer of the galvanometer will deflect, indicating that there is a production of the current. And if there is a production of current, we can say that there is a generation of EMF, because without EMF current will not be induced. So remember this thing. Okay, so the law, Faraday law of EMI, here the first law, whenever there is a change in magnetic flux linked with the coil, current is induced, and the induced current lasts as long as there is a change in magnetic flux. Yes, this thing, let us discuss this second point. Induced current lasts as long as there is a change in magnetic flux. Now okay, now it is brought closer. Now 500 lines of force are passing through this coil. What next? After 1 second, if the magnet is now at the rest position, so after 1 second the number of lines of force passing through this coil will also be 500. After another 1 second, the number of lines of force passing through this coil will be also be the 500. Let us suppose say 500. Okay, so we are finding that there is no change in the magnetic flux linked with the coil with respect to time. So in that case current will not be induced, because for current or EMF to be induced there must be change in magnetic flux. So if both the coil and this bar magnet are at the rest position, in that case current will not be induced. And also one more thing, that let us suppose it is moving with a velocity 20 meter per second, and the coil is also moving 20 meter per second, both in the same direction. Let us suppose in the towards the left. So the relative velocity u1 minus u2 must be 0. So if there is a zero relative motion, or you can say zero relative velocity, or if there is a no relative velocity between them, in that case there will be no flux change, and so current will not be induced. So in both the cases, either both are at rest, or both are moving with the same velocity in the same direction. In both the cases there will not be any production of EMF. Next, second law. What second law says? The rate of change in flux is directly proportional to the induced current or EMF. Okay, remember just EMF. Okay, actually you can also write current, no matter. So here this second law just gives an idea about the measurement of this induced current. Let us suppose the change in flux is del phi, and the change take place for a duration of del t. So del phi by del t, it gives the rate of change of flux with respect to time. And here let us suppose the E be the magnitude of the EMF produced. So E must be proportional to del phi by del t. In calculus, it should be written as E proportional to d phi by dt. So now we are getting that induced EMF is proportional to d phi by dt. So this is the mathematical expression for the second law, or second law of EMI, that is Faraday's second law of EMI. So that's all the things, and there is one more law called Lenz law. We will discuss it in our later video. Thank you for watching this video.